They have Udyr Rakan, which is already like a fat indicator for Mercs. Both champions deal AP damage and have CC abilities that are really annoying to deal with. Plus they have Kai'Sa, which is also magical damage. And they have any, Mercs are insanely broken here. I'm going to play Electrocute here, just to get a lead in lane. And itemization wise, I think I'll try to just go Profane first, and then I'll build shield wise. They have W shield from Sign, they have any shields, they have Rakan shield, they have Kai'Sa ult shield and barrier, and they have Udyr shield. So technically Serpents is really high value. So I think I'll play Profane into Mercs into Serpents, and then Grudge into Edge of Night into Death Dance. It's probably the build that I want to go for. Maybe I can place a Raptor Ward here. Yeah, that's pretty good. So my Xin is starting top side. Now it's all about identifying where enemy jungle is starting, and then we can kind of prepare our brain for whether or not we will fight for Scuttle. And also warn our side lanes. And also be a bit careful myself of when I can trade, when I can't. I'm pretty sure that Udyr will path top to bot, because he has a Sign top lane. Nobody likes pathing into Sign. Okay, that one auto attack is fine. I'm really just sitting back here. I'll start grabbing grass. The moment I get level 2 or 3, I want to start trading. With Annie, it's all about trading around her stun. If she doesn't have stun, I can immediately E-auto Q her and she just gets out-traded. Okay, even here, she doesn't really have, like... Yeah, she has no abilities right now. Okay, that was a pretty bad second Q, but the initial trade was fine. I should have just taken the initial trade, quite honestly. But it looked like I can run her down there. I guess I was wrong. Okay, so we see Udyr bot side. Gonna ping that, so my bot lane knows that they are there. Okay, let's auto tag this once. So it's a bad HP amount. Can you wait a bit? A nice little EQ, beautiful. Grab grass again. Yeah, I need to be really careful with walking up to the Annie here. If she uses her stun, I can immediately start like trading aggressively. But until then I want to slow build this wave. Plus she has a lot more health than me because I took a bad trade in the early lane. I'm gonna wait until my passive is gone. Okay, that was a nice try to hit an EQ there. I got the majority of this wave already, so I'm not really afraid to help my jungler here. That's a good fight, yeah. That's perfectly fine. Hovering there a bit is totally is like one thing I have to do, right? That's what champion lives for, these robo fights. Okay, Annie's freezing the wave. My main priority here is to either get a good trade that puts her into kill range, or just get this wave in and then take a reset. And I think I really just want to take a base here. And she dies from that, that's fantastic. And I think I also get the plating. Plus Udyr doesn't have flash, so I'm really safe to just run it out. It's fantastic. I don't think he will cross here. That would be quite confusing. Good, I can just get a pickaxe now, and usually I would get refillable, but if I can get a full longsword, obviously I'm going to get a full longsword. Okay, Udyr should be like right here, so I'm gonna ping that. Drake is up in 40 seconds, and my jungler is pathing towards bot. Plus I'm really, really fat, like my itemization here is great. So, I can just look to Q her. And she's pretty much dead now. There's nothing she can do against this. Beautiful. Because she's level 4 and she walked up aggressively into my E-range, which you simply cannot do if a Qiyana is this fed. I'm pretty weak right now. The reason why I'm weak is not because I'm sitting on high gold, but because I have low health, right? So I need to get the first good opportunity to take a reset, which is after pushing out this wave. So I'm going to shove this out, and then instantly look to reset here. Good. I'm gonna W over the wall here, and then take a base. I can place the lane ward just to see where any moves. After I take a base here, we can get a refillable now, and also a pink. Reason why I'm getting a pink ward now is because I have full lane control. I am a full level up on the Annie, so I can use the pink on the side that I want to be playing into, which is not the Sign. Like, playing into Sign is just ugly. So I'm going to play into bot side here. Annie has a move here, so we gotta be careful. Just going to pink ward the side push here. And let my Trundle know that Annie is moving. Alright, we are getting the Drake, that's absolutely fantastic. And the next objective that I want is grubs. And he's still level 5. I can look to trade a bit more aggressively here. Exactly right. Use an EQ and end up out. The main thing that you need to consider with Qiyana the moment you have a lead is dying equals losing the game, number one. And the other thing is if you trade, it has to be like a 100-0 trade. So that means you're not allowed to lose the trade at all. Like you want to stay full health and out-trade your opponent. And the easiest way to do that is by simply using EQ and not fully committing. You see? EQ, W out. Don't overcommit. Don't use WQ or anything else. Just W out immediately. That's usually how I go about it. So now, Udyr is getting invaded right now, which is fantastic. My Xin identified that Udyr's top camps up, while Udyr is bot. So he gets invaded, that's great. I see Annie here. I'm gonna pull the wave a bit, so the wave is slow building into me, right like this. And now, I just need to stay out of the ult range, because I can get ulted by Annie here, and she does deal a lot of damage. So she could do that to simply deny me moving on the map, right? Now, I know that Udyr is top side. I just saw him on the ward, and I see that my Xin is top too. So he could be there, and Annie could just ult me. I need to be extremely, extremely careful right now, so I don't die. Plus, the Void Grubs are up in 40 seconds. The easiest way to contest them is by shoving these next waves. Like that. Being really aggressive with my posturing towards the wave. Udyr is also in Q range. For me, I could invade him here. I don't want to do that though, because the grubs are up in 20 seconds and I prioritize playing for the map compared to killing someone in his jungle. So what I'm going to do is I'll get a Tiamat here and boots. And then I'm going to walk back into the mid lane. And we can actually just play these grubs. Because I'm now fresh off the base, so every fight that happens now, I'm extremely happy about. Exactly right, now I can move in. Perfection, this is good. I'm just hovering this area in case he flashes. Okay, that's good. Now I'll grab grass. We get the grubs. I'm going to ping my bot, because what Annie could do is she could actually try to like roam bot lane here. Yeah. That's something I would do. If I would lose topside, I would just try to trade sides. And I pinged it extremely early, but they didn't listen. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but I can't do more than that. They do trade though, so I guess it's not the end of the world. Enemy Kai'Sa is pretty fed, which is not ideal. It's like really, really bad that Kai'Sa is fed, because she's like a pretty huge win con for the enemy team. Looking at this enemy draft, you can already see that Kai'Sa is the only important thing. So the moment I one-shot Kai'Sa, we should win every single fight. I just want to get my Profane here, and then take a reset. So a better reset. The best reset you can get is immediately after shoving a wave. So if I reset now, I would probably lose like some minions of the Ken wave. But if I would just one-shot the wave, it's super chill. I don't really care about this trade, like I actually couldn't care less. All I want to do is I want to just take a reset here. I don't think I'm going to get flashed or anything, they just want to scare me off, that's okay. The reason why I traded so much HP there is because I'm only looking to base anyways, right? I'm not really looking to play the map. So now I gotta be careful. Let's get this, and let's buy another pink maybe? I don't think it's good. Next item will be Serpents. I really need it for the Kai'Sa. You can also go Hubris, you can go Umbral second, you can go Edge of Night if you want, depending on the game. But Profane is basically like the best first item on Qiyana. Okay, I'm gonna sweep here. Ping that Annie is gone. Ping the next objective, which is up in 40 seconds. Which we call the neutral objective tech, right? Beautiful. Alright, I can get another plating here. I have 2 grubs. Okay, I mean, they just tried, like, I don't know what that is, but okay. It's fine. My Xin is currently able to play the dragon. And I'm extremely fed, right? Like, I have my item completed. Thought you would maybe walk into me there. They could be hovering here. I don't exactly know where Rakan is. I don't exactly know where Udyr is right now, so I need to be a bit careful. I should never be in the flash range of Annie, since that will make it really easy for me to just, like, not die. Udyr is currently gone. And I can maybe even try to make a bot play right now. It would be bad though to make it to make that decision right now, since my jungler is doing the dragon. You don't want to make 2 plays at the same time. So I'm gonna ping that Udyr is currently topside. Gotta be a bit careful, mate. Udyr could also walk into mid lane bush on topside here, which I hope he will not do. Good. And now she's in kill range. I don't even need to use my ult or anything. I can also move here. This looks fine. Okay, and I just inted, yeah. So I thought that she didn't have her Tiba sub since she just used it. And even if I get the kill, it's completely unnecessary to waste my flash for it. So that was essentially like a review ending mistake right there. That was a low master mistake. What I should have done instead is I should have just moved bot, played with my team, used my flash to one-shot the Kai'Sa, and then the game is over and it just explodes. It's okay, we can probably bounce back, but it's still like extremely terrible what I just did. So just be aware that if I lose the game now, I'm okay with it. Close. Use my sweeper here to clear that. Okay, no matter like what kind of mistake you make, you need to stay like fully accountable and take it slow, take it easy, you know. Don't bully yourself for it, because bullying yourself for mistakes doesn't help at all. Just acknowledging that you made a pretty fat one is like already big enough, right? Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna ice cue him real quick. That's a very interesting ignite by Rakan. I don't know what the hell he was thinking there. Nah, could have used a better IQ there to interrupt, but it's fine. Okay, I think I'm just going to try to get the tower here, and he's dead anyways. So there shouldn't be any problem with this. Good. I can now take a reset and go bot. They got the shutdown on, they got the kill on Kai'Sa, so that's pretty good. As mentioned, I do want to go for like Serpents, but not having Umbral on Qiyana feels extremely shit for me. So I might just go Umbral into Serpents. I can also just finish Serpents immediately and then build into Cyrildas, which is also totally fine. So Corki will go mid lane here. I don't even have to ping him. The reason why he goes mid is because he sees that I'm bot. And Eddie sees in this elo, like the moment you get into like, yeah, like High Master, Grandmaster, usually like people know how to, okay, I missed the cannon, how to play macro like fundamentally well, right? Okay, I don't quite understand why there are 4 people bot though. That is extremely weird, that there are just like 4 people sitting bot for no reason. I'm still on the weak side here, right? As you guys can see, like, they're just making a play on the Sion. So I have to just sit here and, like, yeah, just accept the fact that I'm weak-sided. And that I can't really play the game right now. They could still be here. They could still be here, try to kill me in a moment. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna freeze the wave here so I can farm in safety. Okay, now I saw Udyr, so now I should actually be pretty safe, exactly. So now I have a really easy and free time to push this. I'm gonna ping off the Herald and I wanna ping in the Drake. Since I think stacking Drakes is much more important than getting Herald. So all I'm gonna do here is get this plating. And the Drake is up in 20 seconds. So now it's more important for me to sit in this bush and look for picks, comparatively to being on side lane wave. So the main job that we have here is to make a pick, right? And also play this dragon. Yeah, fantastic. So that should secure the Drake. And since we already secured it here, I'm just going to jump on side lane. Keep pushing waves, you know, and be extremely efficient with my economy. Alright, I don't really have vision right now, as you guys can see. I'm completely blind. So, okay, now I see Rakan, now I see Kai'Sa, and I see Annie. So, I am very confident I can just step up here. So yeah, all I want is the wave. I don't really want to fight this guy. Oh my god. Please tell me she dies. Okay. Yeah, that's actually fine. We should win this. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And we get a lot mid lane. I don't mind this outcome at all. Yeah, I mean, enemy bot lane, it's very confusing how they are playing. They are ditching so many waves mid lane just to kill me, like for the 2nd time in a row. Okay, that's a good kill. I'm just going to get on the side lane here again. Top lane wave is looking great for us. Someone like Rumble can just attend it. Enemy bot lane could move towards me here. I don't think they will. They could. Simply because of the reason that they could, I'm going to play it slow here and take a reset. Baron is up in a minute. So what I used here is the spaceship tempo technology, which essentially just means that you push out a side lane wave. So someone will come to this wave. Someone will respond to it, as you can see. So if I go mid lane now, I have a numbers advantage. I can just walk into this bush right now, and if we fight now, it's a really good fight because Annie is still bot, as you can see. So if I'm here right now, this is absolutely fantastic. And this is a fight that I want. Exactly right. And this wave is still pushing into us, so I don't really have to be top anyways right now. Bot wave is still in a good spot. I don't need to respond just yet. Fantastic pick. Now I can reset and push out bot. We can also try to force the Baron, but honestly just getting a kill and freeing myself up to push side lane here is good enough. And also doing Baron on spawn with a Kai'Sa that's alive, that's like 6 and 2. It's a bit sketchy, you know, like you actually need to ace people to do a Baron these days. It's like very hard to just ran. Okay, never mind. My Corki is the goat. Normally you need to like ace people in order to do the Baron. In this case, like 3 people are dead, so this Nash should pretty much just be free. The thing with Qiyana is that if you don't have ult, you don't need to be around objectives. Like, it's so useless to be around objectives because your champion is just useless. Like, I'm only good if I have my R, and I'm really, really bad if I don't have my R. So all I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to maximize my economy. Push out as many waves as I can. Okay, and since we are resetting here and we don't want to be fighting this, I can wait here, and what I can do is I can decide, okay, do I just keep continuing to, do I continue to shove? Which is a fine decision, or do I not do that? Since I know that the enemy team will move because nobody's responding to the spot wave, they could have responded. Since they're not doing that, I'm just going to kill this tower. So now that Kai'Sa and Annie are not here right now, as you can see. Kai'Sa is currently there, nobody's here. And now I need to be extremely quick with my decision making when it comes to this dragon, right? Because it's soul, and soul is like very, 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 very important. So I'm going to insta base the moment I can base, like this. And now I want to be playing for the drake here, which is the next crucial objective. So I'll get my grudge, I get a long sword, and now I want to be going mid lane. And what's the best way to contest these neutral objectives as Qiyana? There are 2 things you can do. You can either sit in this bush and sweep it, or you can sit in this bush and sweep it. This is good to make picks before the Baron, and this is good to make Drake, I mean. And this bush is good to make picks while the Drake is being contested, right? So here, for example, I just want to sit in this bush, wait for someone to walk in here, and I want Zona to ping, to ward this. Please place a ward here, thank you. So the moment someone walks into me here, I'm just going to one-shot them. And if they don't do that, right, it's also fine, because we just get the Drake. Okay, Sion doesn't really have flash, they don't have vision here. I don't want to go in on my own here. I just need to deny Kai'Sa the access here. That's all I need to do. What I can also do is I can do this. Oh gosh. I'm really just trying to catch the Kai'Sa here. She's the only important member that matters. Rakan can flash over here and start ulting us. Okay, we get the soul, that's great. Now, after getting the soul, we want to use our Baron here. So I need my Rumble on top. Oh my god, okay. If he doesn't go top, I'm going to go top. The reason is that we have Baron, right? So we want to play 2 lanes when you have Nash. You very rarely want to play 3 lanes. So like 99% of the cases, you want to play 2 lanes. And this game also. So what we want to do is we want to do this and this, and we want to ignore the bot side push from Sion. Since we have Baron, he can't outpush us anyways. He will have to reset at some point, and if he stays, he just loses because his team is in a numbers disadvantage. So I can now pressure this, and I can be really, really obnoxious, but my team needs to shove that, right? So we can sync up the pressure here. I need to be a bit careful, they could jump on me. But we just saw them on mid-wave, so I think this should be fine. Alright, so let's hit this. Okay, my team is getting collapsed here, that's okay. I can move there. Okay, never mind. If the fight is over, the fight is over. We're just gonna reset. We got a tower here on top, that's totally okay. Now, next up, what do I want? I think I want Edge of Night. The reason why I want Edge of Night is that they have like abilities that need to be shielded. The easiest one is like any ult. Then you have Rakan ult, which is also getting shielded. You have Sign ult. So all those ults are kind of easy to shield with Edge of Night. Now the Baron is up in 2 minutes 16. What I want to do here is to have the best outcome for the Nash. Is I want to push this bot wave as deep as I can. And then after shoving out the bot wave, I want to take a reset, get into a Fog of War position on Baron, and then play the Baron buff here. Be careful, don't fight right now. That was like a really, really bad fight. So ideally I can make someone respond here. Okay, Sign is there right now. Now since Sign is here, I can now move mid lane, and we can make a pick on the enemy team. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Exactly right. And now we just kill the Kai'Sa. And that's the power of pushing side lane waves, guys. You get access to deep positions, which then allow you to roam. And since now, like, the two most important people on the enemy team are dead, we can maybe even end, right? Like, we have 30 seconds here to force an end. And if that doesn't work, we just reset for the Baron. Honestly, I think doing the Nash here is a lot safer. Yeah, I don't know why, like, I don't know what my Zen is doing, to be honest. Like, it's very confusing. I kinda need to hover my team here. I don't want this fight, but I'm just going to hover. This is just like the chaos of solo queue. The best play would have been to reset as a team. And then play for the Baron buff, right? That is by far, objectively, the best play to go for, but if they don't want to go for it, that's also fine. Okay, let's do this. And now I really just want to take a look for a reset. Good. My team didn't get to base. So this is a very, very important concept, guys. If your team didn't reset yet, you really need to take it slow. Like, my Corki needs to base. He probably has like 7 billion gold to spend. So we don't want to be fighting now. I think fighting now would be absolutely terrible. So base, guys, and spend gold. And the moment they spend their gold, and we all have our ults up again with Zona and Zen, that's when we can play. But we can't play earlier than that. If the enemy team would be smart, they would be able to identify that we don't have ours. And that we are like really vulnerable to a Baron call from the enemy team right now. Alright, just kill enemy backline. Beautiful, and now we can just probably end the game, honestly. Because 4 people are dead. Fantastic, really, really good. So now we can just end the game. And yeah, I mean, the main way how you win games with Qiyana is like not dying, of course. Like whenever you die, you essentially lose like 400 or 500 golds in side lane waves. And also experience, right? So you are essentially like behind the entire game. Wow, I'm getting a one-shot, holy shit. That guy dealt a lot of damage right there. Okay, pretty beautiful. Alright, absolutely fantastic. Nice, good game. Really, really good game. Okay, that was a stressful game, a lot of things happening, and if you play like with this level of intensity, the games are exhausting, right? Like, I could never play like this for like 6 games in a row or something. Like, I really, really need to take a break. It was a pretty good game, we won, so that was fantastic. And before we before we go into the break though, I want to review this game. And I really want to like highlight what I did well and what I didn't do well. So first of all, obviously I have matchup knowledge, right? So I should be winning these trades. The problem with this trade right here is that I'm not level 3 yet, and Qiyana without level 3 can be strong, but at the same time, if you don't get close to people, it is really hard to trade. So this Q is good, and then like this auto attack and this auto Q, like this right here is fine, normally. But the problem is I didn't get an auto attack off, so Annie's like not in kill range right now, and then I waste my second Q and I like just get a lot of damage in return from the wave and from Annie here. So this was like really, really bad. So the ideal way how this trade works out is I use what I should have done, right? Is I should bait Annie into walking into me. I should stand here, not there, because that would allow me to Q like this, a bit more offensively, grab grass here, walk up in the shroud, which would be like this, right? Walk up in the shroud here, walk up like that, and then auto attack a Q with second grass, proc Electro, don't let her trade back, and then she's like, this amount of HP, I'm still full health, and then I can play for level 3, right? That is what I should have done ideally. I should not have all-in'd. Or if I all in, I have to all in a better way, where she doesn't have a stun, right? So that was kind of the mistake. And now I run into this weird situation, which I'm not really able to outrate this guy anymore now, if he plays well, right? Obviously he gets hit by the EQ here, so that's not really optimal by any. But yeah, normally what I should have done here is taken a better level 2 trade, or don't trade at all level 2 if I can't. And also I'm getting low on mana here, so... Then there's a skirmish going on here, which I was prepared for, right? Because I knew that both of the junglers are pathing towards bot. And now this wave, I just want to get this wave shoved in normally. So I EQ. But then I saw an angle here to like just kill the guy. Which is fantastic. Then I see Udyr, you know, we jump out, we get a kill, beautiful. Good execution, alright. Now, I'm currently level 5, which is a 600 gold advantage. And I already have like 400 or 500 gold additionally because of the kill, and she lost like a wave, right? So essentially I have like a 1000 gold advantage right now. And Annie decides to do this. She decides to literally just walk into me, into my E range here, and give me a free E, and obviously, like, you can't do that. Like, you just die, like, you just can't do that. It's just, like, not something that you can do. So yeah, she dies, and now I'm currently pretty weak, so I take a reset, I spend my gold, I get my items, I come back. Now it's all about staying full health, so I'm not really trading overly aggressive, I'm only trading to get her low, gradually, and then one shot when she's low enough, but without using my ult, because it's not worth it to use ult for like a person that's 0-2 already. And then at some point, I think I tried to flash the Annie here under tower and didn't work. Yeah, this is the moment. This is pretty bad. Okay, so here you can clearly see there's a bot play happening. I'm a 2-0 Qiyana with Profane, Flash, Ignite, ult up, and there's a bot play happening. And instead of walking bot lane here and killing the entire enemy team, I decide it's time to completely run it down and flash the Annie. Die under tower, waste my flash, my team loses the fight because of me, and that's literally end of review. This was the biggest mistake that I made this game. And then we had 2 more deaths, one was on side lane, that was really, really interesting. So, is this something I can anticipate? I think it is, right? Because I have 0 vision. Look, I have 0 vision. If you look at the map, wait, I have absolutely 0 vision, and I just walk into a black hole here. So, yeah, obviously, I just can't do this. I need a pink ward that I can use. Otherwise, it's just, like, really, really hard. I almost got out, but then there's also an Annie, so yeah. I think going on side lane is the right call, but I need to do it in a much safer way, where I'm just sitting on a tower here, or I'm using grass to, like, get out, you know, standing a bit closer to my tower, so yeah. This makes total sense that I died here. And then I died again in a moment. I had one more death here. Yeah, this one. Okay, let's take a look at the map here. How can I prevent this? So we get the dragon. I go back on side lane, which is the totally fine call, in my opinion. After objectives have been contested and you got something, you usually just want to, like, go back on side and push waves. And I see 3 people on the map. I see Annie, I see Kai'Sa, I see Rakan. So I thought, okay, hey, this is pretty chill, right? I can just like walk up to the wave and I can farm it. But in this case, after I get the wave, I think I just have to dip, which I also try. What I didn't understand though is that enemy bot lane can just move towards this. So they just move towards me here. And I think I should have flashed here immediately, because after he hits the stun, I can get hit anyways. Yeah, we do get the kill though. This is a bit of an awkward one. I don't think I can just call this off with like a rule or something. This is a bit more complicated what happened here. So I think there's a threat assessment element here of me not identifying that Cyan can just sit in bushes and queue. That's number 1. Since obviously Cyan is bot if any is top. So that makes total sense. The question I'm also asking myself is, should I even sidelane into a Cyan? Right? Like, did I not just like make a mistake? I think the moment I see this whole scenario and I see any top, I should already be in the mindset of, okay, after this Drake I really want to be on top side, not on bot side. So I think that's number 1. That's the initial mistake of me being on bot lane here. I don't think it's a good call. So I think Rumble should have definitely been on bot side and I should have been on top side, which is my fault because I didn't ping that. So that's number 1. Number 2 is I didn't acknowledge the threat assessment part of things. So I didn't accept the fact that he can just sit in a bush and queue me. And then also what I didn't do is I again didn't have vision. So I walked up on side lane not knowing where the enemy team is right now. Enemy bot can move, Udyr can sit in this bush. Yeah, I have 0 vision, right? So again, I died twice on side lane because I didn't have vision. So that's something I need to fix. It happened last game too. So I think the easiest way to die less on side lane probably is by having a pink ward in my inventory and using that on the Phaelite. And that will make it a lot easier for me to survive.